With our backup quarterback, we still won the division. This is Philly Eagle living. And John Ammo is back with another video here on YouTube. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. John Ammo back in the house. Often imitated, never duplicated. Back to tell you about the Philadelphia Eagles and the 2009 prospects. And ladies and gentlemen, I would have to say, after April 25th's draft, which me and a few of the Eagle mainstays got down at the link and partied. If you don't know about that, you could check out my Facebook page. I posted a couple pictures. Look me up, Ammo, A-M-O, Mets86 at AOL.com. Now, after coming back from the draft, going to the draft, I got there about 1 o'clock. You know, me and a few of the Eagle boys, me and Tony Z, and, you know, you see Sean Young and the Burge. We were all out there drinking some beers, got there at 1 o'clock, started the tailgate. Me personally, I'll be honest with you, as you all know, whoever been following my videos for any length of time, I'm not a big college fan, so I don't know anything about Macklin. I looked at his numbers, it looks impressive. Personally, I was praying for Anquan Bolden the whole day like I've been doing publicly for the last 3 years. As we all know, that didn't come to pass, but now that I'm really thinking about it and looking at things, you know, the Eagles had the 19th pick originally in the draft. As you know, they traded away the 27th pick for offensive tackle. They actually traded up from the 21st pick to the 19th pick. The reason why they did this, I found out the next day, for those who don't know, was because the New York Giants were actually going to trade up and snatch Jeremy Macklin away from us. So, now as far as this Macklin kid goes, again, I don't watch college, know nothing about him as far as except for his numbers. I know he put up over 1,000 yards. I know he had a lot of receptions. I know he had 12 or 13 touchdowns. And the Eagles, to the best of my knowledge, I can't remember the last time they invested a pick in their number one pick in a wide receiver. So ultimately, this kid should be the number one gunner that we're looking for. So hopefully, if everything works out the right way, now we have Deshaun Jackson on the right. We have Jeremy Macklin on the left. You move Kevin Curtis, the veteran, back into the slot position which is his natural fit. He was doing that with the Rams with Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt. He was right there in the middle. And then you line up Westbrook and our new fullback. And, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say right now, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are the team to beat in the NFC this year. Donovan McNabb has been quoted as saying, you know, seeing the Philadelphia Phillies win the World Series and how the city of Philadelphia treated them, you know, he was really inspired by that. You know, he's playing the best football of his career, and hopefully, hypothetically, you know, this could be the best team that he's ever had around him. So, I forgot McCoy or something. I know we got a back. You know, this other running back that we got in the second round. They say that this guy was a projected first-round pick, and this is probably Donovan McNabb's backup. I mean, I'm sorry, Brian Westbrook's backup for the future. So not only do we get Brian Westbrook's backup for the future, we also finally got our number one receiver, and we traded away 2 fifth-round picks for a backup cornerback on the Patriots, just in case Sheldon Brown starts, you know, playing contract games. And we traded our other first-round pick for offensive tackle Jason Peters. So across the board, ESPN, MSN, all these different websites, they're all saying they give the Eagles an A+ on the draft, which is really impressive, man. Like, you know, I think our team is a team to beat. I'm not worried about losing Brian Dawkins. I'm not going out on Dawkins, everyone. I love Brian Dawkins, but Brian Dawkins, no offense to anybody, he's 36 years old. It's time to move on. You know, even if he was playing at as good as he was, you know, in his prime this coming up year, he won't be in 2 years. Eventually, you got to make the move. We're not signing him to a 5-year deal. I don't understand what you don't get about that. You know, Philadelphia Eagles actually are not as cheap as everybody wants to say they are. They signed this offensive tackle for a record-setting deal. They signed Asante Samuel last year for a record-setting deal. They gave, Donovan McNabb a $100 million contract. Moving over to Sheldon Brown really quick, who I happen to really like. I love. He's probably, now that Dawkins is gone, my favorite defensive player. Sheldon, you signed the contract extension, man. Play ball. I really, really like Sheldon Brown. I really do. I have nothing but good things to say about him. I love the way he fits the Eagles system. He's a bona fide number one cornerback. Who can forget the hits that he put on Reggie Bush and Steve Jackson? But Sheldon, you signed the contract, man. You got to play ball. It is what it is, man. It's like, I don't understand why these players continuously come out. But that being said, big pickup in Ellis Hobbs. I still don't think Ellis Hobbs is nearly as good as a cornerback as Sheldon Brown. Even though, he's a pretty good cornerback, I want Sheldon Brown in that rotation. So hopefully, he'll learn that the Eagles aren't going to pay him, man. At time, he signed a market value contract, and that was the market value. And, you play ball now, and you deal with it. Really quickly, Brett Favre has the itch to return. I think I put a comment on my Facebook page. No shit. And equally shocking news, summer will be here in June. I mean, is anybody really surprised that Brett Favre is deciding to come back again? I feel bad for the Jets. I wouldn't have cut him, because they traded all kinds of picks in the future for this guy. Once again, Mr. Ego has to manipulate things into the last second. And I'm sure he's going to go to the Vikings this year. And I'm sure the Vikings are going to go 9-7, and I'm sure you're going to lead the league in interceptions again, Brett Favre. We've been there, we've seen that, we've seen you at your prime, and it's just not happening. In your best day since the year 2001, Donovan McNabb has owned you in his back pocket, owned your ass in his back pocket for 4 or 5 years with Todd Pinkston, with James Thrash. Eliminated you 3 times from the playoffs. You're old news. You're done. Pack it up, Brett Favre. It's over. I made a little joke on Facebook the other day about the Dallas Cowboy practice facility collapsing. I did not realize that, unfortunately, one of their team officials had a very serious injury. One broke his back. One is, permanently, something or other. So I do apologize about that comment. On a lighter note, this is only a joke. Maybe Tony Romo could have got caught in and broke his arm or something for the season. No, just kidding. That's tragic news. Hopefully, everybody will be okay. My prayers with the family. Really quickly, I haven't talked about the Mets at all this video. They're really pissing me off so far this season. But I still am a loyalist, as you can see. I'm busting out the Mets-Phillies tickets. I believe that's row 2. Section 411 on June 9th. So check that out. John Amel will be there with his Johan Santana jersey because every one of those other guys are... I don't want to talk about the Mets right now. I'm going to make a special video about the Mets, but they are really, really, really disappointing me. Every single one of them. From the start of the lineup, Jose Reyes, all the way to the closer in K-Rod. Every single one of them except for Johan Santana. We need a leader. We don't have one. We knew this last year. We didn't do anything to fix that, and we're in the same situation. And we're no better than we were last year, and the hungriest team will win. And right now it looks like the Philadelphia Phillies are the hungriest team, guys, as much as that pains me to say. Philadelphia Eagles, I'm predicting it right now, 2009 Super Bowl. I don't think we could be stopped this year. I'm looking for a 12-4 season. Donovan McNabb hopefully finally has his #1 stunner. What are you going to do when the Philadelphia Eagles and their new #1 wide receiver and the running back of the future run wild on you?